Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me again. Ray here with another Pop Tobacco review. Today we have Eileen's Dream by CAO. This is an aromatic blended by Scandinavian Tobacco Group. I want to talk about that in a second. Contents: black Cavendish, cigar leaf, Virginia, flavoring cocoa, chocolate, cream, Irish mist, nuts, beans, vanilla. It's only available in the 50-gram tin. However, everywhere I looked online as of right now is sold out. It's very popular to try. It's hit or miss. Tobacco Reviews overall on 90 reviews gives it a 2.9. It does have its place definitely in the aromatic world though. CAO is a company that was founded by Kano Aret Ozgener. CAO is his initials. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but he's from Turkey, started smoking a pipe early, wasn't satisfied with Turkish meerschaums, the stems. He started purchasing them, fixing them, making them better, and reselling them. That's how he got to start. He worked for DuPont at the time, and eventually he left DuPont and founded CAO in 1977 with the company's headquarters in Nashville, Tennessee. I've seen something earlier too that, the CAO is very well known for their cigars. Most people think that they went from the cigar world into the pipe world, but I've seen other things that was suggesting different, that he was actually making pipe tobacco before cigars. He just became, CAO, the company as a whole, just became much more widely known and better known for their cigars. Now, let's see. The company he sold the company in 2006 to Scandinavian Tobacco Group, and this blended by STG, I know this is a more recent blend, but I don't know if this is something that, I can't find any information if he came up with this or if this was a blend by STG after they acquired CAO in 2006, though they did merge in 2010 with, let's see, Swedish Match, merged their cigars divisions with STG, and CAO became part of General Cigar Company. But we ain't talking about cigars today. We're talking about this pipe tobacco, which is, in my opinion, is very pleasant. I just had this damn tin open. I swear I did. Alright, screw the tin because it ain't in there anyway. It's right here. Now, I jarred this on September 12th of 20, but I'm not positive if it came from this tin. I've had quite a few, and I actually still think I have a couple more that's unopened. Which I don't know, because now this tin was made December 13th, 2019, so it's probably not from this tin what is in here, but nonetheless, it's still the same. Let's go ahead and get us a good jar whiff. See what we think. Immediately, what this reminds me of is McBaron 7 Seas Regular. It's got the dark, dank, musty chocolate right out of the gate. Now it says Irish cream and white chocolate truffle, though the flavoring hit list does not mention anything about a white chocolate. It does mention the Irish whiskey, which is there. A lot of people say this is chemically to them, but I don't translate this aroma or the flavor and the texture to chemically. I translate that to the whiskey, the Irish whiskey. So I don't think it is chemically. It's all naturally flavored. But the dominant aroma from the jar is definitely a chocolate, with a touch of whiskey, Irish whiskey, a cream type whiskey. Definitely sweet. And as far as the nuts and beans and vanilla that it does list as the flavoring, it doesn't come through in the smell. But there is time smoking this. Normally, probably about around half the bowl to the rest of the bowl, there is a Nutella-ish type flavor that does come through from time to time. My hazelnut, I'd imagine. But We're going to pack this in a cob, a Country Gentleman. This cob has been repaired many times because I love it. It is heavily used, as you can see, but Elmer's glue on cobs, it works wonders. If you got a cob that's leaking, you burn out the side, there's a crack, you don't have to throw it away. Just get you a bunch of Elmer's glue, squirt on it, rub it in real good, wipe it off with a paper towel. You can see it dries clear. You know, it's fine. You'll get a lot more life out of your cob. And no, I know cobs are cheap. You can always put your hand over it, give it a draw, and see if it's letting any air through when you actually have it capped off. That'll actually tell you that, hey, you got a leak around it somewhere. But yeah, I know cobs are cheap. Most people say they're disposable, throw them out, but we come attached to certain things. And this was actually, it wasn't my first cob, but it was actually my first cob that I used heavily. I used a lot. This has been a lot of places with me. I'm not going to throw it in the garbage. I like the little guy. You know, he's been good to me. I'm going to keep him. And if I can spend 99 cents on a little bottle of glue that could fix probably 1,000 cobs over this lifetime, then why not? You know, we're going to pack about half a bowl in this. Now, it's not too greasy. It's not wet. It's not goopy. It looks it, but when you actually feel it, it's you can tell it's definitely infused well into the tobacco, and it doesn't leave anything at all on your fingers. But it's much darker. You can definitely tell it's an aromatic by looking at it. That's just the way they are, but it looks mainly black Cavendish. Now the cigar leaf that it lists it's in this, I don't get any type of cigar, but naturally being a more well-known cigar company, and I actually think that the Eileen's Dream cigars may have been made before the pipe tobacco. It's there's not a lot of information on timelines that I could find anyway. If anybody else can help me out there, help other people out too. We're going to pack a little bit in there. We'll fill it up to the top and then tamp it down a little bit because I'm not really in the mood for an aromatic. But I'm going to give you my initial thoughts on this. Now, Eileen's Dream, I'm not sure if the name was inspired by, was it Dixie Midnight Runners, I think? I think it was a British band, Dixie Midnight Runners. Well, I don't feel like opening up another tab right now. But yeah, come on, Eileen. I know y'all know that. Not stuck in your head, you're welcome. Oh, there's a big stem. Alright, we'll tamp this down a little bit. Yeah, about half. Maybe a little bit bigger than half. But I do have a pipe that's dedicated for aromatics because for some reason it's just amazing with aromatics. But cobs in general also is highly recommended for aromatics. Let's see what we got. Now immediately what I get is straight up vanilla and Irish whiskey. The vanilla doesn't come through too well in the jar note, the tin note. And the room note, which actually my wife didn't give me information on what she smelled. It's just a room note. My room note judge, my wife, says, well, that's actually pretty good. I wish you would smoke that more than the other stuff you do that smells like ass. So my wife enjoys it. She's not a big English blend fan, apparently. Because I am more of an English smoker and not really much in aromatics. I do have a few that I enjoy from time to time. This being one of them. Like I said, this was I jarred this in September, half a year ago, and there's still at least half the tin left. So it might be once every other week. I might smoke 2 bowls in a week, and then I might not touch it again for a month. One thing I've noticed about this, though, as well with any other type of aromatics, the slower you smoke this, the slower you sip it, the more flavors can come through, the more that you can actually pick up. If you freight train it, and I guess it's due to the that might be where people get their chemically taste from. If you smoke this hard or heavily, it has a very bad tendency, more so than other aromatics that I've tried, to just start tasting like ash and hot air, and the whiskey notes do actually turn to a more sour type smoke, and it will not be enjoyable. This needs to be very lightly burned and very slowly sipped to actually get the full enjoyment out of this. Yeah, it's only available in 50 grams 10. I already touched on that. Sold out about everywhere. I think that's about all I want to touch on. It's good. It's not one of my favorites. I do have some. I do have another 10, and it'll probably be a long time before I open it back up. Depends on if you like aromatics or not. This isn't too fair of a review coming from me because I'm not big on aromatics. Though this can be very enjoyable if it is smoked right. Normally I don't have problems keeping it lit, but of course on camera, you know how it goes. Now this does have a tendency to burn wet. About halfway through, you may need to just run a pipe cleaner in and let it sit for a second. Pull it back out. That'll take all your moisture out. But that's also just another typical characteristic of it being an aromatic and not any other type of blend. If you're an aromatic smoker, it's a must try. If you're an English Balkan vapor smoker, it won't be worth your time. Though the flavors are there, the flavors to me they're very light, and it does have to be smoked a certain way to actually get all the flavors. The chocolate flavor I really don't get. That's all it smells like. But I really don't get none of the chocolate flavor, none of the chocolate aroma, none of the smell. It's to me, it's all a vanilla Irish whiskey flavor. That's my take on it, guys. That's my my thoughts on CAO's Eileen's Dream, and I'll go ahead and leave it at that. Thank y'all for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. I have many more videos coming out. Thanks a lot.